Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is Tezza, and a big day. This is finally my 600 subscriber special. A little overview. This is the Subway series on MLB 13, the show. New York Yankees versus the New York Mets, and today I'm going to be playing as the Yankees. We are at Yankee Stadium, and I think this one will be interesting. I was kind of looking forward to posting this, and obviously my 600 subscriber special got a little bit delayed, but I didn't know who to do the video as. You know, I had a lot of choices, and I look back and I remember the last time I did a special video. It was the Dodgers versus the Giants, and I believe I played as the Giants. So I decided I was going to go ahead and do the Subway series, and I couldn't quite pick who to play as, but eventually I managed to decide. I went for Joe Girardi's side. If any of you didn't know, Joe Girardi has signed a new contract with the Yankees, so sadly he will not be able to come and manage the Cubs. But that is not important. Today is my 600 subscriber Q&A special, and my gosh, dudes, thank you so much for 600 subscribers. Most of all, though, thank you for all your guys' patience. This was originally supposed to happen when I reached 500 subscribers. I was going to be doing a 500 subscriber Q&A special, and I ended up putting it off for so long that I was getting that close to 600. I just saw it as irrelevant to go ahead and do a 500 Q&A, so it got put off, and eventually I got to 600, so now I feel is the time. And I know I've been putting this off as well. It's been like 4 days since I last posted a video, but I've not been really that well still. I've also had some quite serious family issues, so I haven't really been wanting to post so much, and I've been working a lot recently, so all these things combined really didn't make me feel like posting. I've not been in a good place, but now I just feel it is time. I feel I am ready for it, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I've got some questions, and this is the only preparation I've had. I'm probably going to be stumbling a lot. I haven't done a commentary in a few days, and I've not really done any kind of prep for this other than write the questions down. So we will see how this goes. This could be interesting. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first question I got, like when originally started off, Simply Gaming asked, "How old am I?" Nice and basic to start it off. I don't mind that. I am 19. When I started this channel, I must have been around about 16, and then I wasn't really posting. I was kind of posting inconsistently. I've had tons of different channels, but now I am 19 and very much enjoying YouTube and everything about it. So yeah. MLC Mail 1 asked my favourite MLB team. Obviously my favourite MLB team is the Chicago Cubs, if you didn't know. I absolutely, you know, I'm mad for the Cubs, as much as I always fall out with them and kind of get disappointed with how they are organised. Obviously Spain's been sacked now, but I'm a Cubs fan and have been since 2007. So yes, probably I've kind of spoken about this before. I'm probably going to end up going ahead and picking an American League team to kind of go ahead and follow, because being a Cubs fan can be very frustrating. You just kind of need some release, and most people do seem to have an American League and a National League team. The friend of mine who actually I think this is probably relevant for a different question if I'm not wrong, but I might leave it for another one. But he also asked my favourite soccer team, so obviously soccer, football. I'm a Manchester United fan. I have been forever. I've always been a United fan, and my family's kind of torn between like half my family's United fans, Manchester United, and the other half's Manchester City. I kind of always grew up as a United fan. You know, as a baby there's pictures of me in United kits, stuff like that. I've always been pictured in United kits, and then as a kid my dad gave me the choice. He says, you know, you don't have to be a United fan if you don't want to. You can support whoever you want, which I thought was nice of him, and I stayed a United fan. So I have been forever, and I will be forever. And I absolutely love Manchester United, and I love it every time I go to Old Trafford. I feel very lucky to be a United fan and part of a club with such a great history. Tebow or Bust asked me what is my favourite kind of music, and that's kind of pretty obvious for me now. I've listened to some rubbish music over the years. I've listened to some good music. My current favourite genre is kind of like electro house, so I'm really big into things like Daft Punk. And then I will go ahead and listen to a lot of younger independent artists, Madian. Then again, I always like people like Nero, that kind of thing. So yeah, nice varied taste in music. I still enjoy a lot of rock music. you know, if I was to go ahead and go through my my like iPod and stuff like that on my phone and list all the music, it'd probably be crazy to a lot of you guys. The mix of music that I have on there, like stuff going back to the 60s. I even like Elvis and Buddy Holly, but yeah, currently like Daft Punk and the electro house scene is kind of my favourite stuff. That's what I enjoy most. Shabri Perkins, how did I learn about MLB? So this is kind of the question that I was saying was relevant before. A friend of mine back in 2007, when I started working at a local pub of mine, well, not just started working, but it's kind of a long story. I'd known the guy before. I was kind of big into NHL, and I enjoyed the NFL as well. And he was into the NFL and MLB, but not so much NHL. And we used to talk to each other about how much we liked how much I liked the NHL, and he would go on about how much he likes baseball. And neither of us seemed that interested about the other sport. Eventually, we said, you know, if you give, he said to me, if you give baseball a go, I'll give ice hockey a go. And we did, and we both kind of traded it. And now he loves ice hockey, and I love baseball. That was back in 2007, and back in 2007, I kind of made a list of teams that I would support. And I just kind of chose the Cubs. At the time they were doing okay, and I wasn't doing it in a glory hunting way, but I just loved the city of Chicago. When I first got into the NHL, I said I was going to support the Bears, but then I did change that later. I became a Broncos fan, and I supported the Blackhawks as well in ice hockey. So it just kind of seemed relevant to go for the Cubs, and I did, and that's how it was for me. So that's how I learned about baseball, and that's how I got so madly into it. Shamwell Guy asks, where did the name Tezza come from? I've been asked this a few times. I've always said there's a story behind it. It's not amazing, but as a child I had a lot of nicknames. Because my middle name is Edward, a nickname for someone called Edward is Ted, and then my name's also Tom, so people put together Tom Ed and got Ted. And for some reason I just liked the idea of taking the name Ted and then making that into a nickname as well, so I ended up with like Tez or Tezza. And then my cousin, who kind of already had a PS3 when I got one, and like he bought my PS3 with me, like he was driving at the time, and he picked me up and we went and bought my PS3. And his gamer tag ended with like, so his name and then Dude, as in DOOD. So I just got Tezza Dude, really. It was not like the most amazing story. I suppose if I told it differently, it might sound a little bit better, but that's kind of it, really. It was just a nickname within a nickname, and then just added Dude onto it, which was part of my cousin's original PSN ID gamer tag thing. So that's where it came from. Legit Gamer asked me once or twice, have I ever played baseball? If so, for what team and what position? So I have played baseball. When I was at school, we did do quite a lot of softball, and there is like a local baseball team to me, the Manchester A's. So, yeah, I could play for the A's then. But I have been to like a training session with them, but it just costs quite a lot to play for them, so I can't really afford that. But I tend to play outfield. It doesn't really matter where so much. I can play either centre field, left field. Obviously, right field suits a lefty more. Excuse me. So yeah, I tend to play in the outfield, and even when I've played softball, I've played more softball than I have baseball, but it always tends to be the outfield. I did once play shortstop, which was interesting, but because I wasn't, I just don't have like the strongest and most accurate throw, but I can catch the ball really well. So it seemed outfield suits me, and I'm very fast when running, so kind of outfield suited me well. So yes, I've played for my school and local little teams around Manchester, because we have a lot of softball interest around Manchester. Joseph Howard asks, how did I meet Dunbarsnackbar? So that one was a cool one. So when I started out doing YouTube, for about the 5th time on this channel, I posted so much different stuff on this channel, and on so many different channels. I myself have probably made about 6 channels, and I've probably featured on more than that, doing tons of different stuff, anything from montages to old RuneScape videos, all sorts of stuff. So I met Dunbar when I first got into doing sports on my channel, whether that was FIFA, NFL or MLB. I kind of got big into the MLB scene because I thought there was kind of more of a niche market there, less people doing it. And I actually asked Dunbar to watch one of my videos. I've always loved Dunbar, and he was pretty much the reason that I started posting baseball at all. Because I was already into baseball, and I decided I would go ahead and post it. I'd seen Dunbarsnackbar doing it and thought how awesome it would be to even be considered anything close to him, because I just thought he was so awesome. And one day I just asked him to just check out one of my videos, just 5 minutes, and he seemed to like it. That was so awesome that he liked, you know, what I did, and we just started talking more and more frequently from there. After we'd spoken a few times, we got speaking a little bit more, and yeah, that's kind of how I got to know him more and more, got to know him more and more, and we just became good friends through it. I think Jeff's an amazing guy, and I thank him so much for all the help he's given me. He is a properly, genuinely nice person, and I can't thank him enough for all the help he's given me. Alison Berkeley, yeah, I thought I was going to say that wrong. Who's my favourite baseball player? So for a long time, when I got into the Cubs back in 2007, my favourite player was Aramis Ramirez. I absolutely love him. He was such a hero. So many walk-off hits, so many big clutch home runs. He was so exciting to watch. And the amount of times he ended up having a curtain call was amazing. Like, Cubs fans just loved him. And sadly we had to lose him to the Brewers eventually. But he's probably my favourite player. If not him, it would be Tony Campana. And it was sad when he had to go to the Diamondbacks. But yeah, Ramirez is my favourite player. Abril Hernandez, I don't want to say anyone's names wrong, sorry. Have I ever played soccer? Yes, I play a lot of soccer. As I call it, football. No, but we all know what we mean. I play a lot of football. I played for a couple of teams when I was a kid. I got tryouts at some big teams. They were big back in the day. My local team, Stockport County, who are now possibly, who are now not a very good team at all. I actually did get trials for them when I was 14 years old. So I played a lot of it, and I now play a lot of five-a-side stuff, a lot of power league stuff, you know, on AstroTurf, very fast-paced football. I've always loved playing football, and I'm not by any means amazing, but I'm just very fast and quick-footed. So yes, I have played a lot of football in my time. Chabri Perkins, how did I hear about Ron Santo? You can't not know about the Cubs and not appreciate the history of the Chicago Cubs. Everything about the Chicago Cubs is amazing. And like I say, there is so much history, especially in just Wrigley itself and the whole Great Chicago Fire thing. Everything about the Cubs is just such a rich history there, and so you can't help but learn about big players like Ernie Banks and Ron Santo. So that's just kind of how I heard about him. And then there's a documentary, something, I feel awful for not remembering, I think it's called This Old Cub, or The Old Cub, I can't quite remember. And it's incredible, and Ron Santo is very, very big part of the Cubs' history. Obviously he's made it into the Hall of Fame now, so it's just incredible. That's how I heard about him. You can't not hear about him, basically. Rob the Yankee asks, what my playoff predictions, and obviously when he asked this question, the playoffs haven't predicted. It's kind of, probably would have been hard to answer at the time. I can't really give my predictions, but I can say how I'd like it to pan out. I would like to see a Red Sox and Dodgers final, because I'm not really a massive fan of the Tigers. Probably maybe my least favourite team. Sorry, any of you Tigers fans. I don't mean it like I hate them. I just mean they're just kind of one of those teams. They're just so good. I kind of envy them. I don't actually hate them. But I would like the Red Sox to win that one, because I like the Red Sox a lot. They were probably going to be my team if it wasn't the Cubs. Like when I was picking, it was such a tough choice. Yeah, so I want to see a Red Sox-Dodgers final, and then it'd be tough to call who I'd like to see win, and I'm probably going to say Red Sox. Obviously, I'd rather the Dodgers there than the Cardinals, because obviously I'm a Cubs fan, and that's just a natural rival. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. Obviously, it's a tough one, and it's been such an exciting playoffs. I really wanted the Pirates to get there. Sadly, the Pirates were not able to get there. That was so tough for them. And if it wasn't the Pirates, it was the Indians, because obviously the guy that introduced me to baseball was an Indians fan. So obviously that was really kind of heartbreaking for him. Terry Francona did a great job, though. I can't deny that. It was well deserved that they got as far as they did. Nick Swisher was a big asset for them. But I am looking forward to the World Series final. I think it'll be amazing. Hopefully nice and exciting for everyone. But yeah, Red Sox Dodgers, fingers crossed the Red Sox win. Kev and the Cool asks, if I could be one pitcher from the Angels, would I be CJ Wilson or would I be Gerard Weaver? I think I'll go for Gerard Weaver just because he is so successful. It's kind of a tough one. Like, CJ Wilson's quite popular with the fans, but Weaver's obviously an incredible talent. And that kind of wraps up my Q&A, folks. Thank you for listening, I suppose. So crazy. Thank you so much for 600 subscribers. It's absolutely insane. I really can't thank any of you guys enough. If we just have a quick look at the Subway Series here, 2-2 into extras, bottom of the 11th, 2-0 count for A-Rod. And this one drilled deep, back to the wall, and gone. You can put it on the board. The Yankees take this one 3-2 in the Subway Series. My first Subway Series that I've posted on MLB 13, the show. Absolutely incredible game. And sadly, Mo blew a save. Didn't see that one coming. So anyway, guys, yeah, thank you for 600 subscribers, each and every one of you. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope to get to 1,000. That'd be so amazing. But yeah, so leave a like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. If I missed any of your questions, I'm very sorry. I'm sure there will be another chance for me to do a Q&A. I hope you enjoyed the Subway Series as well, guys, and sorry for not being able to post as much recently. Well, thank you to each and every one of you for clicking that subscribe button. Thank you to Dunbar for helping me as much as he has, and for being such a great friend. But yeah, as always, folks, I love you all, dudes. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.